This is Chris Potatoes. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Potatoes, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah, I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown August 5th, 2022 review. So here we go, discussing about Friday Night SmackDown. Now, we kick off SmackDown with the Usos and Roman Reigns pulling up to the arena, walking from the backstage area, from the parking lot. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we see, pretty much we were seeing stuff happening from SummerSlam and everything, with Roman retaining the title and all that stuff. Pretty much a recap about what happened. And then we, Pat McAfee starts talking about how he beat Happy Corbin, starts showing that he kicked him in the nuts and all that stuff. At SummerSlam, that's what he was saying. But then all of a sudden we see Happy Corbin backstage with a lot of people. Everybody's laughing at him. He's kind of upset. And then all of a sudden, he looks at Ricochet. He goes like, "You got issue with it?" And then Ricochet looks at him. He goes like, "Well, if you got issue with me, how about let's go to the ring and we'll settle it there." So yeah, then that was the first match of the night. And I liked how SmackDown starting off. Like, it's starting off with a match already. Pretty good stuff. And not even gonna lie, you already know what Triple H is about to do here. So yeah, Ricochet versus Happy Corbin 1-on-1. Pretty good match. Corbin was doing pretty good. He hit deep 6 at one point, but Ricochet barely kicked out at 2 at one point. And then we see Corbin go on the top turnbuckle. He grabbed Ricochet because Ricochet was already up there. And he throws Ricochet off the top turnbuckle, but Ricochet lands on the ropes and smacking him on the way down, getting laid out. But then, while Corbin was on the turnbuckle, like Corbin was planning to do a moonsault or something, I don't know. But Pat McAfee stood up and he started pretty much distracting Happy Corbin by trash talking him and stuff. And then Ricochet comes up, knocking Corbin off the top turnbuckle, and then hits the recoil onto Corbin. He climbs up the top turnbuckle and jumps off with a shooting star press on Happy Corbin and then pin him for the 3 count. So yeah, Ricochet defeated Happy Corbin tonight on SmackDown, and yeah, that's Triple H's booking right there. Ricochet's finally getting pushed, just like Ciampa. So yeah, great stuff though. Ricochet, he's very damn talented in ring, and it's long overdue. Like, it's really long overdue. So yeah, it's great to see Ricochet kind of finally getting a little bit of a push right here now. But yeah, and then we see Pat McAfee and Ricochet pretty much throwing the football and stuff, and then McAfee signs the football and then kicks the football in the crowd and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. For that match between Corbin and Ricochet, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good way to start off Friday Night SmackDown for tonight. So yeah, that's why I'll give the match. But then after that, we see Sami Zayn walking backstage, and it looks like he was about to go in Roman Reigns' locker room. So yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, multiple stuff happening later on tonight. Like, Roman Reigns will be addressing Drew McIntyre because that is his next opponent at Clash of the Castle. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, before I talk about Shinsuke Nakamura's match, we gotta talk about Sami Zayn. So yeah, Sami Zayn starts knocking on Roman Reigns' locker room door, and then the Usos came out, and he was talking about how he wants to check on Paul Heyman and stuff, and then the Usos says that Paul Heyman's not there tonight on SmackDown because of him getting F5 through the announce table at SummerSlam. So yeah, that's what he said. He says, Sami looks at him and he says, "Well, I sent Paul Heyman a text message about Roman, but he never got back to me. So I just want to come over here and check on Roman and stuff." And then the Usos said, "Right now is not a good time. You can't go in the locker room." And then they was like, "Oh, okay." And then walks away. So yeah, and they said that they'll shoot Sami Zayn a text. So yeah, that's what they said. But yeah, we get to the match. It was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ludwig Kaiser, 1-on-1. Gunther was at ringside. If Shinsuke Nakamura wins, he'll be facing Gunther next week on SmackDown for the Intercontinental Championship. And this match, it was a pretty good match. I'll say this is the best Ludwig Kaiser versus Shinsuke Nakamura match. It was better than what they had a few weeks ago, in my opinion. But yeah, it was pretty good. Ludwig almost picked up the pin a few times, but at the ending, of course, he gets hit with that roundhouse kick by Shinsuke. And then Shinsuke hits the Kinshasa onto Ludwig and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Ludwig Kaiser tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened. So it looks like next week we will see Gunther versus Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one for the Intercontinental Championship next week on Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, that's the match that's now announced. And yeah, Shinsuke was standing face-to-face at Gunther in the middle of the ring. But yeah, for that match, I'll give it I'll give it 2 nap stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match between Ludwig and Shinsuke. So yeah, pretty good stuff. And then after the match, we see Kofi Kingston get an interview backstage, and they asked him, like, how was Xavier Woods doing? He said he's doing pretty good, but he said tonight he's going to get some revenge on the Viking Raiders. So, yeah, it looks like Kofi Kingston will be all alone, and it looks like he says he's going to get some revenge on them. So, yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing Liv Morgan addressing about what happened at SummerSlam. So, yeah, she'll be on SmackDown up next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, now there's a lot of things to talk about, the Gauntlet match, Liv Morgan and all that, so yeah. Let me get to the first thing first. So backstage we see Sami Zayn walking back up to the locker room, knocking on the door and all that, waiting for Roman, but then the Usos come back out again, and Sami was like, I thought you was going to shoot me a text or whatever, and then Jimmy was like, oh yeah, I was about to, but we got plans. Can you go to the production truck and make sure that Roman Reigns' theme song and pyro and all that is all good? And then Sami didn't want to do it at first, and then he was like, but we would greatly appreciate it. And then he walks away to go do that. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we see Kayla Braxton in the ring, and she will be interviewing the SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan comes out wearing a brace for the arm and stuff, and while she was talking, the fans was chanting, you tapped out and all that, and yeah, Liv Morgan kind of popped off with a little attitude to him, so yeah. I understand you giving me a lot of shit and all that, but I'm trying and all that stuff, so yeah, it was crazy, like, the fans was turning on Liv Morgan. It was pretty bad, but yeah, she was talking about how she'll give Ronda Rousey a title shot and all that, but she'll be a good champion and all that stuff. Talking about, yeah, she did tapped out, but she was fighting out that armbar like about 3 times or whatever. So yeah, that's what she said. But she said whoever wins the Gauntlet match, she'll beat them at Clash of the Castle. And then Sonya Deville comes out, interrupting her, and then says that she'll win the Gauntlet match and then go on to Clash of the Castle to beat Liv Morgan for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So yeah, that's what Sonya Deville said. And then we get Aaliyah to come out to the ring, and then we get the Gauntlet match on the way. It was Sonya Deville versus Aaliyah in the first match, and it was a pretty good match. At one point, we see Aaliyah hitting a crossbody off the second rope onto Sonya Deville, almost having her for the 3 count, but Sonya kicked out. And then she hits her new finisher, which she calls it, I think they said it was called Deville's Advocate or something like that. So yeah, it was like the inverted DDT, that backwards DDT kind of, but with the elbow drop at the same time. She hit it on Aaliyah and got the 3 count on her, eliminating her. And then Raquel Rodriguez come out, and then we get Raquel Rodriguez versus Sonya Deville one-on-one. And it was pretty good and all that, but then Raquel hits that elbow drop off the second turnbuckle onto Sonya, and then lifts her up for the one-arm, one-handed power bomb onto Sonya. I keep on forgetting what they call that move all the time, but yeah, that's what she hit on her and got the 3 count. So yeah, Raquel eliminated Sonya, but then after that we see Shotzi comes out then, and then they have their match, and Raquel hits the elbow drop onto her off the second turnbuckle, and then hits that one-handed power bomb on the Shotzi, get the 3 count there, eliminating her. And then we see Xia Li come out. Xia Li's doing pretty good against Raquel, but Raquel does the same thing to her, hitting the one-handed powerbomb onto Xia Li, and got the 3 count on her, eliminating her. And then we get Natalya coming out. Natalya was doing pretty good. She probably did the best out of everybody else against Raquel. She locked on the sharpshooter at one point, but Raquel fought out of it by grabbing the ropes and all that stuff. And then Natalya goes over and gets on the second turnbuckle, punching Raquel upside the head multiple times. But then Raquel, since Natalya was pretty much above Raquel easily grabbed her. And then hits that one-handed powerbomb onto Natalya and got the 3 count on her. So yeah, she eliminated Natalya. And then Shayna Baszler was the last person to come out. And then it was Shayna Baszler versus Raquel Rodriguez. This was the final gauntlet, pretty much. And it was pretty good. Raquel was trying to do everything to pick up the win against Shayna, but Shayna locked on the Kitafuda clutch onto Raquel, pretty much making her pass out and stuff. But Raquel kept on fighting through, grabbed the ropes and stuff, and then she pretty much slung herself back, trying to get the pin pretty much onto Shayna, but Shayna kicked out too. And then instead, Shayna rolls her over for like a pin, pretty much a pin into a bridge and stuff, and got the 3 count on Raquel. So yeah. Shayna Baszler defeated Raquel Rodriguez and won the Gauntlet match. So yeah, she was the winner, and she'll be taking on Liv Morgan for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That's what's going to be happening. So yeah, pretty good match though. Liv Morgan was watching this match from ringside. That's what happened there. But yeah, pretty good match, and it was pretty good to see Shayna Baszler actually getting a push on the main roster. It's been forever. It's literally been forever. But yeah. They'll be going against each other at Clash of the Castle for the SmackDown Women's Championship. For that match, for the whole Gauntlet match itself, I'll give it 3.5 stars. It was a pretty good Gauntlet match, but I'm really glad that Shayna Baszler's finally getting the push that she deserves. So yeah, pretty great stuff. But then after that, we see Sami Zayn going backstage, knocking on Roman Reigns' locker room door, and then the Usos come back out. And then Sami was like, I want to talk to Roman, and the Usos was like, no, you can't talk to Roman right now. And then Sami was like, am I a honorary Us? Or am I a part of the bloodline or what? And then Jey Uso popped off with attitude, talking about, you know what, we've been carrying our weight. Roman got 2 titles, we got 4 titles, and you don't got none. You need to go ahead and start winning something, or you're going to not be a part of the bloodline. You're going to have to take that t-shirt off. So yeah, that's what Jey Uso said to Sami Zayn. But yeah, pretty crazy right there. But yep, later on tonight we'll see Roman Reigns going face-to-face with Drew McIntyre later on tonight on SmackDown. And yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we'll get to a tag team match. It was Erick and Ivar, the Viking Raiders, versus 2 local competitors in a tag team match. And of course, the Viking Raiders dominated them, beating them down and everything, slamming them and all that stuff. But then we see Erick grab one of the local competitors, give him to Ivar, which he was on the second turnbuckle. He hits a World's Strongest Slam onto that one guy off the second turnbuckle. And then they grab the other one, hits the double power bomb onto that one guy on top of the other one, and then stacked them up on top of each other, and Erick got the 3 count. So yeah, the Viking Raiders defeated the 2 local competitors tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, we see the Viking Raiders and stuff celebrating, throw the guys out the ring, and then Kofi Kingston attacks them from behind, attacking them with a kendo stick, beating them down and stuff, knocking the Viking Raiders out the ring. So yeah, and then Kofi Kingston was standing tall in the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there. For that match, what happened after the match, I'll give it all 1 star. That's why I'll give it, just because the Viking Raiders was dominating, and it's pretty good. But up next, it looks like Kofi Kingston will be taking on Erick one-on-one. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. And still to come, later on tonight on SmackDown, we will see Roman Reigns addressing Drew McIntyre later on tonight on SmackDown as well. So yeah, that'll be happening later on tonight still. And yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we get a one-on-one match. It was Kofi Kingston versus Erick one-on-one. Ivar was at ringside, and it was an okay match. Kingston coming off the block, pretty much attacking Erick, beating him down and stuff, but Erick kept on coming back, hitting knees to the face and all that stuff. And then at one point we see Ivar try to hit Kofi with the kendo stick outside of the ring, but he misses and hits the steel steps. Erick throws Kingston back in the ring, trying to hit like a full Nelson slam. It looked like, but Kingston reversed it by rolling Erick up for the 3 count. So yeah, Kofi Kingston defeated Erick tonight in a one-on-one match. That's what happened. For that match, I'll give it 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay match. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then they had a big announcement. Michael Cole announced that the tournament for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships will be starting this Monday on Raw. So yeah, Triple H doing some very big stuff. Dang. Multiple people returning, which is another return later on tonight, which I'll get to. The women's tag team title tournament will be happening on Raw, so yeah, that's big, and just a lot of stuff. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But up next, we're going to be seeing Roman Reigns addressing Drew McIntyre up next on SmackDown. So yeah, that will be happening up next, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, we see the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Jimmy and Jay the Usos come out. The whole bloodline comes out to the ring, and yeah, Roman starts talking about, he gets a few things to talk about. He wants to talk about Brock Lesnar as the first thing, and he says, Paul Heyman ain't here tonight because he got hit with the F5 through the announce table. So he's sitting at home, injured and stuff. But he told the wise man to get well soon. So yeah, that's what he said, because nobody, when somebody gets hit with the F5 through the announce table, they go straight to the hospital. So yeah, that's what Roman said. He says, get well soon, wise man. So yeah, that's what he said there. And then we see Roman started talking, and then Drew McIntyre comes out interrupting him, and McIntyre actually called Roman Reigns the tribal queef. Yeah, that's what he called Roman Reigns. And he starts talking about how he can't wait to get his hands on Roman Reigns. He was walking down the ramp, by the way. He never made it to the ring. But yeah, he was walking down the ramp, and he says he can't wait to get his hands on Roman Reigns and become the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion at Clash of the Castle. That's what he was saying. But then all of a sudden, while he was talking, he gets interrupted, and we hear this theme song going off, and the TV screen goes black and white, and then all of a sudden we see a woman up on the ramp. And then all of a sudden, we see Drew McIntyre get attacked from behind, and it was Karrion Kross. So yeah, Karrion Kross and Scarlett has made their return back to WWE. Karrion Kross got hair on his head now, so yeah, he's not bald no more. He got hair on the top of his head. Yeah, he came back, and thank God he ain't wearing the stupid shit he was wearing before he got released. But yeah, he was beating down Drew McIntyre, and then starts slamming his head against the steel steps, and then lays out Drew McIntyre. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then he starts staring at the bloodline, and then we see Scarlett grab the hourglass, puts it in the ring, and then pretty much giving a signal to Roman Reigns that his time is ticking. So yeah, great stuff. It was great to see Karrion Kross make his return back to the WWE. I know he's going to do very well after coming back. It looks like he's going to jump in a feud with Drew McIntyre. They'll probably have a match at the next pay-per-view after Clash of the Castle, because that's where Drew will be taking on Roman. But yeah, Karrion Kross got thrown into the main event story pretty much, and I see some people like very happy about that, and then I see a lot of them, pretty mad about it too. And I don't know why a lot of people's mad about it. Now I know he's not the best in the ring and all that stuff, but he's still pretty good. And even though he ain't thrown in he's in the story, in the main event story, but he's going to be feuding with Drew McIntyre first. And nobody can't say that Roman's going to lose the title to Karrion Kross in 2 months or something like that. I doubt that's going to happen. But, Roman's going to eventually need some more people to face if he's going to be champion all the way up to WrestleMania. Because it looks like the plan, of course, is going to be like Cody Rhodes versus Roman, or The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, whatever. But if he's going to hold the title until WrestleMania, he still needs some more main eventers to come against him. And it can't only be Drew McIntyre and, who else? AJ Styles, probably, if he ever goes after the title or whatever. There's very few people that's a main eventer that can go after the title now. And they need some more people, to face Roman eventually. Their plan is to let him hold the titles up all the way up until WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what they need to do. But yeah, I don't got an issue with it. It's just, it was just great to see Karrion Kross back in the WWE. Looks like he's going to be on the SmackDown brand, though. But yeah, very great stuff. So tonight's Friday Night SmackDown. The last segment was pretty damn great. The Gauntlet match earlier with the women's and the more contenders, it was pretty good. I'm glad that Shayna Baszler's finally getting a push. Ricochet defeating Happy Corbin was pretty good. Ricochet's finally getting a push as well. Kofi Kingston defeating Erick, it was whatever, pretty much. And the Viking Raiders dominating those local competitors. It was just the Viking Raiders dominating. It was just good stuff with that. And then Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Ludwig Kaiser was a pretty good match. But yeah, can't wait for him to take on Gunther next week on SmackDown for the IC title. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But yeah, that has been Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, with tonight's SmackDown, I'll give it 8 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good episode of SmackDown. Better than last week's episode and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a pretty good SmackDown. A lot of wrestling matches and yeah, pretty good stuff. Triple H is doing very great. But yeah, that has been my Friday Night SmackDown reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Bagels. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'll be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for this Monday's Monday Night Raw reviews. See you guys later. Until then.